Have you ever felt as if you were tuned into a frequency others can't hear? From the moment you wake, there's a subtle hum beneath reality, an undercurrent of meaning, a whisper of purpose calling you forward. You notice energies shifting in a crowded room, coincidences that defy chance, and unspoken truths lurking behind polite smiles. If you see patterns others overlook and feel a deep pull towards something greater, know this: you are not alone, and you are not mistaken. You may be among the chosen ones, souls born with a heavier gift, a divine spark that sets you apart from the ordinary. This message comes at a precise moment. Every word you read has been shaped by the universe to find you now. Something in your soul recognized this call, and that recognition is the first step in claiming your destiny. 1. The silent awakening. The journey begins quietly. There is rarely a dramatic bolt of lightning or a thunderous voice from the heavens. Instead, it comes as a whisper, a question that will not be silenced, a longing for depth in a shallow world. You might recall moments from childhood when you felt too sensitive, too intense, or simply out of place. While classmates chased games and gossip, you pondered the mysteries of existence. You felt energies in a room before anyone entered, and you sensed unspoken emotions as clearly as spoken words. Over time, the layers of doubt start to peel away. You realize these sensations aren't weaknesses, they are clues pointing to a higher vibration. You begin to follow them, drawn towards spiritual teachings, mystical texts, and practices that awaken your innate knowing. This awakening feels like stepping through a veil. Colors seem brighter, sounds richer, and life takes on an uncanny clarity. But along with clarity comes challenge. Ordinary distractions lose their appeal, and you realize that most of the world remains asleep to this deeper dimension. 2. The weight of sensitivity. With awakening comes vulnerability. Your empathic nature allows you to tune into others' emotions as if they were your own. While this deep compassion is a gift, it also exposes you to emotional storms you did not create. Have you ever left a gathering feeling drained or anxious for no apparent reason? That's not happenstance. It's the echo of someone else's turmoil imprinting onto your field. In social settings, you might instinctively search for the most harmonious energy or retreat from toxic vibrations. This hyper-awareness can feel like a curse. You yearn for connection, yet you fear being overwhelmed by collective negativity. You crave authenticity, but you detect every insincere gesture. The struggle becomes finding balance, engaging with the world without absorbing its shadows. Simple rituals create vital armor. Energy checks. Take brief pauses throughout the day to notice how you feel physically and emotionally. Name the emotions without judgment, and release anything that doesn't feel like yours. Protective visualizations. Imagine a luminous bubble of white or gold light surrounding you, a shield that allows love and light in, but keeps anything draining out. Sacred geometry. Visualize geometric shapes, like a tetrahedron or a torus, spinning gently around you to maintain energetic integrity. These practices are not optional extras, they are lifelines. As you grow stronger, you'll refine them to match your unique gifts. 3. The hidden battlefield. While many believe life is purely material, focused on finances, relationships, and accomplishments, you know differently. You sense that a hidden war is raging beneath the surface, where forces of light and darkness vie for influence over our collective consciousness. Signs of spiritual attack can be subtle, sudden, inexplicable fatigue that forces you to rest when you have no physical cause. Nightmares or vivid, unsettling dreams that leave you unsettled upon waking. Eerie sensations like cold spots, hair standing on end, or fleeting shapes at the edge of vision. Ordinary explanations, stress, poor sleep, genetics, may account for some experiences. But chosen ones learn to discern the difference between normal challenges and targeted energy assaults. When the battle intensifies, you might notice negative thought patterns arising like viruses and tempting you toward fear, doubt, or despair. The key is recognizing them as external intrusions, not reflections of your true self. Armed with this awareness, you employ spiritual tools. Sound clearing, using bells, singing bowls, or chanting to break up stagnant energy in your space. Herbal allies, burning sage, palo santo or sweetgrass, or placing protective stones like black tourmaline at doorways. Intentional prayer or invocation, calling upon your guides, angels, or higher self to anchor light and dispel darkness. In the darkest moments, remember, the unseen battle is not against you personally, but against the light you carry in service to humanity. 4. The loneliness of depth. Few things cut deeper than feeling unseen and unheard. Your mind races with questions about life, death, consciousness, and the divine. Yet when you share your inner world, most recoil, dismissing your experiences as fantasy or delusion. From early years, you learn to censor yourself, burying the part of you that dreams of higher realms. You become adept at wearing a mask of normalcy, laughing at mundane jokes, agreeing about trivial topics, while your soul yearns for conversations about cosmic cycles and spiritual laws. This dual existence breeds a profound loneliness. You realize that even a crowded room can feel like an empty desert. Over time, you cultivate self-reliance. Creative expression, writing, painting, music, becomes a sanctuary, a way to translate the invisible into form. You seek out kindred souls online or in small spiritual circles, where a simple phrase can ignite instant recognition. Yet the ache remains. Will you ever find someone who truly knows you? The answer may be unexpected. Find communion within yourself. Deepen your relationship with your own soul through journaling, meditation, dream work, and sacred ritual. In time, inner solitude transforms into sacred aloneness, a fertile ground for your unique gifts to unfold. 5. The fear of betrayal. Few wounds cut as deeply as betrayal. Even more so when it comes from those closest to you, family, friends, or a partner. As a chosen one, your open heart mirrors the darkest corners of others' psyches. For some, this reflection is too painful. They respond with rejection, envy, or resentment. You may have experienced a friend who suddenly grows distant when you share spiritual insights. A lover who's supportive until your growth outpaces their comfort zone. A family member who ridicules or condemns your beliefs, leaving you feeling exiled in your own home. Such betrayals feel like earthquakes, shaking your foundations and leaving your heart trembling. Healing begins with compassion, remembering that each soul acts from its own level of awareness. You learn to release the expectation that others will always hold space for your journey. Instead, you become your own guardian, choosing relationships that honor your truth and letting go of those that drain your essence. This discernment is painful but essential. By honoring yourself, you send ripples of permission to others to stand in their truth as well. 6. Embracing your power. Here lies the paradox. The very sensitivity that makes you vulnerable also grants you profound power. You are a creator by nature. Your feelings, intentions, and beliefs shape reality in ways both subtle and grand. Consider this. A heartfelt blessing can uplift others, even across distances. A moment of genuine gratitude shifts your brain chemistry toward positivity, altering your entire day. Collective intention, gathered in prayer circles or group meditations, can influence events on a global scale. Yet with great power comes great responsibility. The fear arises, what if I misuse this gift? What if my doubts or anger create harm? Such concerns can paralyze you, tempting you to shrink back into safety. The path forward is humility and practice. Start small. Direct random acts of kindness without expectation of reward. Witness outcomes. Note how your mood, focus, and the atmosphere around you shift when you hold positive images. Own your mistakes. If you misspeak or act from fear, gently acknowledge it, learn, and realign. Over time, your trust in your own power grows. You step fully into your role as co-creator with the divine. 7. The call of purpose. Awakened souls rarely wander aimlessly. A deep longing tugs at your heart, an unspoken mission waiting to be claimed. It may feel amorphous at first, a desire to heal, to teach, to write, to guide. Signs you're discovering your mission. Repeated synchronicities around a particular theme or symbol. A magnetic draw towards certain fields, energy healing, art, activism. Dreams that replay the same images or messages in new variations. Your mission isn't always dramatic. Often it's found in small acts, sharing a comforting word, crafting a healing song, teaching a simple practice that brings someone peace. One of the greatest fears is underestimating the importance of your contribution. You may think, I'm just one person. How much difference can I make? In truth, the entire universe unfolds through the lens of your unique expression. By following your inner guidance, you align with a current far greater than yourself. Each step you take, no matter how small, sends waves rippling across the collective consciousness. 8. Navigating the modern maze. While ancient wisdom traditions provide maps for the soul, modern life often pulls you in dizzying directions, endless notifications, information overload, and demands on your attention. Chosen ones feel this as a constant tension, the sacred desire for silence versus the worldly pull of stimulation. To stay centered, you adopt practices that bridge these worlds. Digital minimalism. Schedule screen-free times each day. Limit social media to brief check-ins with clear intentions. Nature resets. Walk barefoot on grass, meditate by a stream, or simply sit under a tree and breathe. Mindful presence. Cultivate single tasking, savoring each bite of food, each conversation, each moment. Living in the world but not of it becomes your art. You learn to ride modern currents without losing touch with your inner compass. 9. Cultivating community. Though solitude has its power, community equips you to carry heavy burdens with lighter hearts. Seek out tribes of fellow seekers, meditation circles, spiritual workshops, online forums, not to escape, but to share insights, resources, and healing energy. Healthy spiritual community shares these qualities. Authenticity. People speak from personal experience, not doctrine alone. Support. Members celebrate each other's successes and hold space in challenging times. Growth mindset. There is commitment to inner work, compassion, and continual learning. Through shared ritual, group meditations, healing circles, ceremonial gatherings, you amplify your light and strengthen your resilience. Together you remind one another. None of us walks this path alone. 10. A vision for the future. The chosen ones are the architects of a new world. As you embody your gifts, you model a reality rooted in love, truth, and conscious co-creation. Your existence testifies that another way is possible. A civilization where empathy, wisdom, and unity guide progress. Hold this vision close when fear arises. Picture a planet pulsing with light, where every heart remembers its divine spark. You are a living node in this tapestry of awakening. Each time you choose compassion over criticism, courage over comfort, clarity over confusion, you stitch another thread of brilliance into the world's fabric. Thank you for reading and for shining your light so brightly. If this message stirred something within you, know it was meant. Welcome to the Circle of the Awakened. May your feet tread softly, your heart beat strongly, and your light illuminate every dark corner you encounter. Stay present, protect your energy, embrace your power. The world awaits the gifts only you can bring. Your companions on the path of awakened living.